Hello dearies. Okay, so I'm finally going to do my tutorial for these pictures that I've been creating. It's very simple, but I just kind of want to go step by step through it so that you guys can grasp the idea, and hopefully it'll be clear enough that you guys can create your own. So here I have two different examples of photos. In this photo right here, I turned off all the lights. Only my computer screen is my light, which gives me great contrast. And I was able to do this kind of glowing effect using this program, which is Photo Booth. Now, if you don't have a Mac and you have Photoshop, you can make this effect, but I highly recommend that you pick a photo that has high contrast. This photo was taken during the day, and I used the same kind of effect. It's nice because it blurs the edges a little bit, smooths everything out. And as you can see, my hair is one color, and this is going to be really important to make this an easy process. This is how I was able to do it, and hopefully you will too. So whatever picture you take, your hair doesn't have to be dark. It's just better if the background is dark, and if your hair is dark, it probably is better. But we'll just take it step by step. I actually started a tutorial earlier with like these champagne lights, and it looked terrible in my hair because these little guys right here were a different color. So I picked this nice Cosmos picture, which I'm sure is probably still a little too light, but we're just gonna go with it. So just for the sake of I'm gonna use this picture, and we're gonna go ahead and drop these into Photoshop. Don't laugh, I have a super old version. So, hey, if you have Photoshop for Mac, my birthday's coming up. Adobe Photoshop CS2, that's how old it is. So, obviously this picture is humongous. So, depending on how concentrated you want the picture, you might want to resize it. But for this is fine. I need a little bit of black showing through for my hair. So, the only real tools that you will need for this, and hopefully you're slightly Photoshop savvy so this won't go by too fast or anything. Over here is this tool called the Magic Wand. This is what I use. This thing is the best. Now here's the thing about the Magic Wand. It will select parts of the picture, mostly colors and shape. Well, actually mostly colors. So for example, if you want to select my hair, you would click on the dark and it would select it. Now, this isn't as easy as it looks. The tolerance is very low because if my tolerance was really high, for example at 100, and I selected, let's say the background, it would select too much. That's not what I want. So I'm gonna move the tolerance down back to closer to 30, and I'm gonna hit Command D on my Mac so that it deselects the image. And I believe you can do that in one of these here. Hold on one second, let me see if I can find it. Maybe not. Yeah, right here, deselect. So that doesn't select anything. So at 30%, I'm just gonna click on my hair and see where I'm at. So it looks like it's grabbed the shapes of it, but there's still a couple strands that I'd like to include. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold down the Shift key on your keyboard, and you'll see the Magic Wand will change. There'll be a little plus. That means that it's going to save this shape, but it's going to add whatever I click on. So if I were to click on my lips, for example, they're now going to be included in whatever we're doing. So I'm going to unselect that by going one up over here. And I'm going to start grabbing the bigger strands. Still see the little plus, that means I'm holding down the Shift key. You're going to want to be really careful. Oh, see, I grabbed too much. So that's not what I want. So I'm going to go one up. It's kind of like an undo. And I'm just going to leave it like this for now. So here's where the magic comes in. I want to get rid of this part so that this can show through. So what I'm going to do is, you can do this two ways. You can either cut it out by going to Edit and Cut. I don't always trust that. Sometimes this shows up in white on your pictures, so it just depends. But as you can see, my hair is gone. And you do kind of have this ugly edge to it, but we're gonna fix that. So once you get rid of that, and I'm gonna show you one other way to do this. I'm gonna go one up in this history. This is really helpful. You can also select the magic eraser tool, which completely eliminates this layer. The checkers in the background means that whatever I paste this on, it will show through. Absolutely, there's no question about it. So that I know for sure, that means that the hair is gone and that whatever I place this picture on top of, it's gonna show through. So I'm gonna want to get this picture on here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab the whole picture. You can do this by going here to all, or you can hit Command A. So I have the whole picture now. I'm gonna copy it, which you can go to Edit and Copy or Command C. And then I'm gonna grab this picture and I'm gonna paste. Bam! Oh, that looks so much better. Okay, so see how I picked the dark image in the background and it kind of bleeds into the hair? You can't really tell where the lines are. That's great. Now, here we have some light, which is highlighting that dark edge. So all you have to do is go to this tool right here and you can move this image anywhere on this picture, which is kind of nice that it's so big. So like, let's say if I wanted something really cosmo-y and bright, or if I didn't at all, I wanted something much softer. I can also show you how to get rid of things in the background. It's gonna be a little bit more complicated. So right now I'm gonna pick, I'm gonna grab something like this. Now let's say I want more stars in the background for where this is. This is where it gets tricky. These are your layers. So just imagine these are pieces of paper. So this is one piece of paper. This is a second piece of paper. You want to make sure, you know what, Johnny, I love you, but I don't want this one. That'll do. So I want a couple more stars to balance out on this side of my face. Let me see if I want to move it around a little bit. That actually isn't too bad, but let's pretend I wanted this over here. I wanted to keep that really bright star. You're going to want to click your background. That way, if you, for example, let's just pretend we're going to, you know, draw on this. See how it shows up on the background as opposed to the picture of me? That's because I've selected the background. I'm definitely going to undo that, so we're going to go up. There we go. This is called the stamp tool. The stamp tool is rad, and I know in the newer Photoshop it's so much smarter, but in this case you're going to select the clone stamp, and you're going to want to pick the area that you're going to want. So let's say I want some double stars right here. Once you get the area that you want, you're going to hit the Option key, and that's going to make your target. You're going to click on the area. You're going to go to the selected desired area, and you're just going to click the mouse as if you're drawing. Oh, whoops. Okay, as you can see, nothing's happening. It's because it's on layer. Let's go to background. So let me try this again. It's back on background, and there we go. So now we got our stars. And there we go. We have some extra stars in there. Something I do often is if I really want it to be bright, I can go to other clusters and just kind of add that up here, or if you want more. There we go. Let's grab this. This is really awesome. Oh, it's really bright.
Are all trimming their wicks.
And it's kind of nice because with the stars, just kind of fades into one another. So let's just pretend that we like it like that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to crop this image because obviously there's too much background. If you go up here, this little tool right here, let you select the background. You're going to want it to be about the size of your layer, which is right over here. Go to Image and Crop. Bam! Here we go. So remember those edges I was talking about. You're going to want to go to the Blur tool, which is this little teardrop over here. Make sure that the strength is pretty low. If the strength is too high, it's going to look weird. So again, if I don't want to adjust this picture, I want to adjust the lines that are coming from the picture of myself. So I'm going to want to make sure I click on this layer. And again, this is too high. So I'm just going to give you an example of what's going to happen. it kind of makes a mess out of it. Now, if you like that, you know, if you like that really blurred edge, that's fine. You know, that's what, you know, if that's what you like, then that's fine. I tend to shy away from something that blurry, but it can be fun. You just want to follow the edge a little bit. But it really does kind of take out the detail in the hair. So if I go back up to crop where we were, and I lower the strength of this down a little bit, let me also down Johnny Cash a little bit, yelling in my ear. So I'm gonna move the strength down to, let's say 30, and that way I can work a little bit more. And I'm just gonna start oh, I'm on the background, so it's not doing anything to the line. I can do this all I want, but I'm only blurring the stars. See, not what I want. Go back up to crop, grab my layer. See, even I get confused. And you're just gonna really gently start working that line. I really like these. I think it gives it character, so I'm just gonna blur these edges just a little bit. There we go. Blur that a little bit because it's a little harsh where the light is. These just a tiny bit. I know, best mix ever, right? Let's move this one up. Whoa, I'm just kidding. And I think that's pretty much all I want to do. So I like, ooh, this does not look good, so good. So that's pretty much it. Now here is where it gets interesting. This as is saves its layer. So if I were to save this image right now, save as, it's gonna automatically save it as a Photoshop document, which means if I wanna go back and edit the layers or change it around or anything like that, for example, if I wanna move this layer, let's say I don't like where the cosmos are and I wanna move it here and I wanna crop it differently, I can do whatever I want. If you save this image as a JPEG, all these layers will lock and it'll become one image and you won't be able to adjust the layers or anything like that. It's really up to you, but I just thought I'd make that side note. So in this case, I'm just gonna leave it as is. We're gonna save it as a JPEG. No, I don't wanna replace that. We're gonna redo this. Demo! Save. I like my pictures with hard quality. And that's it, kids. That's how you make this picture. If you have any questions, feel free. I'm sorry it was so long. It is a little bit complicated, but let me know what you create and I'd love to see them. And I hope you guys liked it. And I will talk to you soon. Goodbye. Oh, I didn't even stop recording, did I? Don't save. Oh, I'll probably regret that. Make sure you save your work. Trust me, because now I can't go, I have to start all over again with that whole process. But anyways, I do hope you like the tutorial and I do hope that it comes out in the way that you like, and I would love for you to post what you create. Thanks again, guys.